Hey everybody, it's Kat from How to Draw Cool Stuff, and today I'm going to show you how to create this really cool one-point perspective name art. This is my daughter's name. As you can see, she's got 4 letters, but this can be done with probably up to 8 somewhat comfortably. The letters will just be a lot longer and leaner. But it starts with 1 point, as you can see, with lines that radiate out from it and concentric circles that get bigger and bigger and bigger by using this compass. So what we do need is a compass, a pencil, a ruler, and 3 different colors of marker. Let's get started. To start off, I've actually begun to create a little point here on my paper. What you want to do is begin with 1 point. In the middle to a certain extent, but off to the side. From that point, you're going to use your ruler, definitely use a ruler, to draw a cone shape coming from this point. Make sure your ruler is long enough. Notice the lines, they go off the page and they're really close to the corner's edge, but it's not quite touching the corner. Next, we're going to draw more lines that rotate around the point in a fanned out design. But we do need to make sure that there's an even number of spaces, or else we will have 2 colors that eventually touch, and we want to create a checkerboard pattern with colors that do not touch each other. You can see this can be done somewhat quickly. I'm not measuring. If you are very precise and you want to have equally spaced spaces, you can totally measure it, but I like to eye it up. I think it's a little more interesting if some of them are not exactly perfect anyway. So let's just double check and make sure we have an equal amount of spaces, even number rather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Okay, next step is we want to create a stick letter. I mean, no, not a stick letter, sorry, lied. We want to create a not stick letter. So this is a stick letter, right? Just sticks, just lines. We don't want that. We want to create block letters, pretty much. If you feel like you want to round that C and that kind of C bothers you, totally do that. But these are block letters that we're using, not stick letters. So we definitely want to use block letters when we're creating our name. The biggest and the first letter is going over here, and it will progressively get smaller and smaller. If you had this on this side, the smallest would be here, the first letter, and the letters will get bigger and bigger and bigger as they go out. But I'm going to go ahead and stick with it this way. So I like to eye it up. If you use a ruler, you might make yourself crazy trying to fit these all in there. So eye it up first. I'm a professional. I've been doing this for years, so I can just kind of bang it out. But draw lightly. You probably will make a mistake and need to create another line or move a line over. Start off light. You can always go darker. It is so much easier to go darker than to erase and start over again. That's kind of a pain. So make it easier for yourself. So here is T-A-Y-A, pronounced Taya, Taya Kate. Large letter, and they get smaller and smaller, smaller. Perspective gets smaller. So the next thing we're going to do is draw a parallel line to the left of each letter to indicate a thickness. Now there's a little more to it when you're making a 3D letter, but we're just going to keep it nice and simple. And I'm going to make a little bit of a thickness here, a little bit of a thickness here. So the left side of every letter is going to have a thickness, which is going to be an indicator of a 3D edge. We're just keeping it simple. The next step is the compass. This is the fun part. And hopefully I'll do this exactly like my sample that I created for you, but with this we're going to have this little circle go right here on our point. And for the sake of this, the first part is somewhat easy because you can turn just the inside, right? You go in a circle. But from this point on, the next steps, you make another one here, here, and here. You can use a pencil to hold it or a finger and find one of these holes and go around, which is kind of hard because you have to sort of finagle your fingers around a certain way. But there's one. Messed up a little bit there, but that's okay. It's art. We're not computers. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I don't want to go through my letter, but I want to go right up to a letter. Off the page. Keep going, keep moving. And I'm going to stop. I don't want to go through my letter, so I stop right there. But notice I did touch the letter. It's supposed to touch the letter. Continuing on. My final line, because I'm running out of space. Off the page. We'll go like this. And right up to a letter. So notice it goes right past there and goes right up to this part of the A. So that's it for the drawing. The next step is color. So I like to start with the 3D edge first. I take my darkest color. Pick any 3 colors that you want, but pick your darkest color for the 3D edge. And notice how I'm holding this conical tip to its side. If you hold it straight up and down, you get a good point. If you hold it at its side, you get a really nice thick line without a lot of drawing involved or layering. Use that tip to get in those fine spaces. Edge, edge. The next step is to do the letter itself. I like to pick a lighter shade of the same color, but you can do whatever you want to. And again, outline your letter, and then you can jump right in there with that fat edge, the conical part of the conical tip, and you can just bang this out pretty quickly. And it helps if you have a nice juicy marker that works. Nobody wants a marker that doesn't work. You'll be sitting there going back and forth with uneven colors, and it's just not fun to look at, not fun to draw with. First markers of the year are usually new, unless teachers are trying to use up their old stuff. But I've got a marker graveyard in my room. We recycle them through Crayola, which is a very nice program they have. Anyway, you get the idea. I like to go in stripes. And this will somewhat fade away, so those stripes aren't as obvious. Next step is the checkerboard pattern. And here's where people somewhat get confused. So I'm going to go over it with you, make it a little bit easier. Start off with, you want to go white, orange, white, orange, white, orange, all in a circle. So I'm going to have this white. This will be orange. The next one will be white. The next one will be orange. Don't try to skip around because you'll totally confuse yourself and you might end up with 2 that are next to each other. And our goal is to have the checkerboard pattern so they don't touch. And because this is a tutorial, I'm just going to bang this out really, really fast. Okay, next I want to do this one, skip one, this one, skip one, this one, skip one, this one, skip one, this one, skip, this. Then the opposite. If this is going to be white, this will be orange, white, orange, white, orange, white, orange, white, orange, white, orange, all the way around. And this would be your end result. We have a really nice, beautiful, finished piece of artwork with your name on it. Great way to learn students' names and a great project for the first day. I hope you enjoyed this 1-point perspective tutorial using names. I will see you really soon. Have a great week and enjoy that first week of school coming up real soon. Bye-bye.